Yo, what is up, guys? Today we have a new Nature's Fury Druid build update from the last build. I just want to go ahead and say a quick thank you to everyone who did watch my last video. It actually has the most views I've ever had on a video, and I really do appreciate that. So if you guys do like this video, please make sure you hit that like button, and if you want, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we can get some more videos out for you. But let's just go ahead and go right into the build. We did change a few things from last time. We are still using the Vasili's Prayer, so our Earth skills can be werebear skills and they fortify us. We're still using Insatiable Fury for the +2 ranks to all werebear skills, which means +2 ranks to all of our Earth skills. We're using a landslide for our gauntlets. We're also using a new aspect, which is you gain 0.5% increased armor for 4 seconds when you deal any form of damage, stacking up to 50%. It's super easy to get this 50% extra armor bonus, which helps a lot. And as I'm noticing, the higher level I'm getting in these nightmares, that I've needed some more ways to live, and that has been helpful. So for the boots, we are now using, while Hurricane is active, gain +2 ranks to all your shape-shifting skills. This helps give our Earth skills +2 ranks because they are werebear skills, and werebears are shape-shifting skills, along with our Claw, which is a shape-shifting skill. So it gets +2 ranks there. We're still using Great Staff of the Crone, so we can use... I'd say this is probably one of the most important parts of this build, which is the Claw and the Nature's Fury Amulet, where we can get the cooldown reduction on our non-ultimate skills. Excuse me. This staff does trigger the Nature's Fury Storm Strike twice, or like when you use a Storm skill twice, because Claw is a Storm skill and it also casts Storm Strike at the same time. So you're casting 2 Storm skills basically at the same time, which gives us a better chance of attacking, better chance of triggering the Nature's Fury passive to get a free skill. And then also, obviously, when we do get a free skill, we get a 12-second cooldown reduction on all of our non-ultimate skills. So that's how this build works. You just attack with your basic attack, trample over stuff, then go into another storm skill, which is your Claw. So it's pretty much storm skill, earth skill, storm skill, earth skill is what you want to be doing, because you also get damage bonuses anytime you use a storm skill, after you use an earth skill, and an earth skill after you use a storm skill. And that helps trigger the Nature's Fury passive. We're still using the trample on the ring. Trample now summons 6 landslides, and trample is now in magic and earth skill. This synergizes with our gloves, so we can trigger a landslide twice, so we can do more damage. Now, this is a thing I have been testing recently. I noticed with the last build I have been lacking in like the single target damage for bosses. So this has been helping a little bit. Still trying to tweak it out. This build is not finalized whatsoever, but it is to where the point where I feel comfortable. And by any means, if you guys have any suggestions on how I can make this build better, so just please let me know. But we are using the damaging a poison enemy with a werebear skill will instantly deal 144% of the poisoning damage and consume the poisoning. So this now also synergizes with our, if we go to our skills here, we are taking the poison Fierce Claw, where Claw applies poisoning damage over 6 seconds. It's not that much damage, but we're taking this specifically so we can get this one passive, which is Envenom, which does poison enemies take 30% additional crit strike damage. So whenever we do poison something, we have an additional 30% crit strike damage on that target. So let's just go over the skill tree real quick. We're taking them minimum amount of points into Claw. It is not our main source of damage. Our trample is our main source of damage, up into the Fierce Claw. 1 point to Storm Strike, 1 point into Enhanced Storm Strike, and 1 point into Storm Strike, Wild Storm Strike. We're now using the Storm Strike chains to 2 additional targets to try and get the poison off to 2 additional targets, since it does chain. We're still going max points into Landslide, so we can get the Terror Emote procs and get 40% crit damage, and yeah, they're just more damage for the landslides when we trample. We are taking a point into Earthen Bulwark, and we're going into innate Earthen Bulwark now for more damage. I've noticed with this innate Earthen Bulwark that it feels like it triggers a lot more with the Nature's Fury passive, which helps a lot to do more damage. It's my dog coming. Hi, Molly. Anyways, so now we're taking 1 point to Hurricane, 1 point into Enhanced Hurricane, and 1 point into Savage Hurricane. On our last build, we did take Cyclone Armor, but now we're dropping it completely. I'll show you guys why. So we're taking it into the Savage Hurricane so we can take 20% less damage by enemies affected by Hurricane. We're taking 3 points into Crushing Earth, 3 points into Safeguard, and 3 points into Stone Guard. With this build, since all of your since all of your Earth skills now fortify you, since they are Werebear skills, you almost always have over 50% fortify, which is, you almost always have fortify over 50% of your max life. So you always have that Earth skill increased damage, 12% increased damage. Then also crit strikes fortify you, and Earth skills deal 15% increased damage to slow, stunned, immobilized, or knocked back enemies. And pretty sure trample knocks enemies who are knocked back into terrain, damage and knocking back enemies. So it's always gonna CC. It's always gonna trigger the Crushing Earth. We're taking max points into trample, and then going into natural trample for the fortify. Then we're taking 1 point into Neurotoxin and 3 points into Envenom for that additional crit strike damage, because we do need more damage. I've noticed with this build, we don't lack, like in the boss fights specifically, we don't lack, like we're never gonna die usually with this build, but it does sometimes take a little bit longer than I would like. So with this, it has helped a lot. Also, what has helped a lot is taking Petrify now. We're taking 1 point into Petrify, which allows us to do more crit strike damage to petrified enemies, and it also does a 50% increase in crit strike damage to bosses for 7 seconds. Bosses don't get petrified, but you get the 50% bonus to them. And we're taking 1 point into Prime Petrify, which is increases the duration of Petrify by 1 second. And I've been enjoying Petrify because when I've been doing these stronger nightmare dungeons, there's these big crowds of elites that can just one-shot you if you're not paying attention. So you can just trample in, petrify, hit them a couple times. They can't move, and then you just trample over them again. So you're fine. They're taking 3 points into Defiance, 3 points into Natural Disaster, 3 points into Resonance, and then we're taking 3 points into Quick Shift because all of our Earth and our Claw are shape-shifting skills, so we do get that 50% increased damage. And we are taking Nature's Fury for the passive because that is the name of the game. As far as Spirit Boons, I want to go ahead and say thank you to someone on my last video who commented. I had no idea about Spirit Bonding, and I was like level 84, and yeah, we're Spirit Bonded. So for the Spirit Bond, we're going with Eagle. We're getting the 5% increased crit chance, and then we're also taking the 30% crit strike damage. As for the first one, we're taking Wariness for the 10% damage reduction from elites. We're taking Bolster for the fortify 10% of your maximum life when you use a defensive skill. So when anytime you use Earthen Bulwark, it will fortify. And then now we're also taking Calm Before the Storm. Since we do have an ultimate now, we can get that ultimate down pretty good when we spam all of our abilities. So we can petrify more. So let's go over our Paragon board real quick. I did change up a few things, and I did try to optimize my glyphs a little more. By no means is this perfect. but this is what I think is good for now. So for the first board, it pretty much is the same, but we put in exploit so we can do some more vulnerable damage. I'm not too worried about leveling this one up right now, and I'm still changing this one, so it's not perfect. Sorry for that coughing. Now we're taking the Earthen Devastation board. We're taking on the left side, Crushing Earth. Going up down the middle, we're taking Earthen Power, wrapping around into Earthen Devastation. For our glyph, we are taking Earth and Sky, so we can get 150% magic, 150% bonus to all magic nodes, so we can get the bonus on our 18, on our critical strike damage with Earth skills. Because without it, I think it's only like 7.5%. From there, we're going to the right side, grabbing Resolve, going over here to the right, grabbing Oppress, and going to the next board. We are grabbing Werebear, Survival Instincts. From Survival Instincts, we're taking Zealous on the top side, then going down the middle, so we can grab Grizzly and Battle-Worn Hide. In the middle of the glyph, we're putting Werebear, so we can get that bonus. Excuse me for that coughing. We're taking Survival Instincts down here, and from Survival Instincts we're going down to Spearhead and taking the nearest exit out of the board, and we are taking Constricting Tendrils for the last board, and we are taking Courage on the right side along with Nature's Will. Let me exit that out quick. Sorry, it's my Digimon card game. And then for our glyph, we're taking Fang and Claw, so we can get that bonus magic, 90% bonus magic to all nodes. I think my Fang and Claw is only at level 11, so it's still got 10 levels to go. Then from the left side, we're going up into Devastation, going down into Constricting Tendrils. Okay, so let's just go ahead and show you guys some gameplay and give you guys a little bit of explanation during that gameplay so you can see what's happening. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump right into the gameplay. Just want to address a few things on how to use this build properly. Someone in my last video asked, how do you get Trample to be on an almost instant recast? Well, this is how. So, you still need the Great Staff of the Crone. That is the probably one of the most important things to this build, along with our amulet. So Claw is a Storm skill, and it also casts Storm Strike. So it casts 2 Storm skills at the same time anytime you basic attack. That has 30% chances of triggering a free skill with Nature's Fury passive. So anytime you trigger a free skill with Nature's Fury passive, you have your amulet, which reduces the cooldown of your skills by 12 seconds. And our Trample is on a 12-second cooldown. So when you're going through dungeons or just going through the game, when you're fighting these mobs, you always want to be attacking with Claw, then going into Trample, attacking with Claw again, and going into Trample. You guys can see in the gameplay that I'm always going Claw, Trample, Claw, Trample. And also, since Claw is a Storm skill now, and our Trample is an Earth skill, we do increased damage anytime we cast a Earth skill after a Storm skill, or a Storm skill after an Earth skill. So we're always having that increased damage. And we also have the 15% increased damage to shape-shifting abilities. All of our abilities are shape-shifting, except for Hurricane. But we do have a bonus with Hurricane anytime Hurricane is active. We do have +2 to all of our shape-shifting skills. As for, there is a couple times when you don't have anything to attack, or you're not in range to. So what I like to do is hold my Petrify for moments like that. When you have nothing to, when you have none of your abilities up. So you just Petrify, and then you walk in, hit them a couple times with Claw, and hopefully that starts getting your resets going for your cooldown. and it just starts rolling from there. Also, Petrify also is amazing for these higher tier dungeons, especially when these mobs like to one-shot you when you kill them, or like just when they snipe you off screen and stuff like that. You can trample into them from afar, hit Petrify, and then start auto attacking again when they're all petrified and go into trample again. Um, that's pretty much how you play this build, which is pretty much storm scale, earth scale, storm scale, earth scale, and it's pretty much, excuse me for saying pretty much all the time, but it is probably the easiest and most fun way to play Druid, in my opinion. I played the pulverized Druid for like 2 days, and it was probably the most annoying thing I could ever play. Hoping for your spirit cost to go, restore when you use your pulverize, and sometimes it didn't, which is actually the most annoying thing. And this feels way more consistent damage-wise and everything else. But hopefully we can get Tempest Roar and Mad Wolf's Glee soon. I still haven't got those drops. I want to try some other builds out. I've seen that Stormclaw build, and it looks fun, but I want to try something that I'm 3D crafting in my head, so hopefully they drop sooner than later. So thank you guys for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any more questions, please let me know, and if you have any more suggestions, please let me know as well. Thanks for watching.
I must wait a moment. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. ready yet.